Hello, Pete. Welcome to Comic Book Investment Chat. As promised, last week, whenever the stimulus check is here, I will go live and let you know that I got the money. So if you see the thumbnail, you saw the check has arrived. I woke up this morning and I saw the direct deposit. It's nice. I had to say I had to thank my CPA to set up, you know, my methods of payment, because we have been getting direct payment with the IRS the last 3 years. So it's nice to get the money hitting the account real quick. Same thing with tax refund. Every year for the past few years, when we get the tax refund, it usually comes pretty quick. This year, my CPA has yet to finish my personal tax return. I'm not sure why, because we are talking March. Usually my personal tax return is done by the end of February. So I'm not sure what the holdup is, but we'll see. Good morning, Thomas, Sean, and John, as well as Daniel T. Anyhow, hopefully other people will also receive their stimulus check. And if you haven't set up, well, not that I expect us to get more stimulus check after this one. I think this might be the last. Hello, Psychedelic Comics. I think this might be the last of all the stimulus check. I could be wrong. I'm hoping that the economy will move forward quickly, especially now that something like 80 million people have gotten the vaccine shot. Something like 25 million has gotten double dose, so they're all set. If I had to guess, I think sometime next month, sometime in April, I'm likely to be allowed to get my shot. Florida has allowed people stay over to register to get the shot. My guess is within 2 weeks or so, you're going to see that age group move down to like 55. And then sometime in April, it's going to be down to 50. So, and I will get the shot, But yes, now that we have the stimulus check, what is going to happen with the stock market, with the collectible market? I think higher we will go. It's uncomfortable. Is that feel to see things so high? Let's see what the stock market is doing this morning. So far this morning, it is down, but it's not a surprise because why? Because of the Fed is talking today, right? The Fed is having his meeting or whatever you want to call it today. So we'll see how things go. Well, press conference. You're gonna have press conference this afternoon. The market tend to move very violently on the day where the Fed have a meeting, because there's a lot of uncertainty, okay? And the computers, the algo that plan to trade is gonna break down every single word that he says. And it's gonna, have all kind of knee-jerk reaction as he speak. And even before, he's not gonna speak, I think, until like after 1 p.m. today. I think, I could be wrong, I haven't checked. But in many ways, I kind of like the market dumping before he speak, because when the market is ramping up before he speak, it dump after he speaks. When the market is dumping before he speaks, it tend to reverse after he speaks, because it's dumping right now. Why? It's fearful. It's fearful about higher rates. It's fearful that the Fed is going to say something stupid like, oh, inflation is scaring us and we need to maybe stop printing money. Oh, the FUD, FUD, FUD. I know what FUD stand for, but for those that know, remind me what the U stand for. I know FUD stand for fear, something for the U, and then D is for doubt. Fear, doubt. Okay, so I know that much. I just can't think of what the U is. So if you know what the U stand for in FUD, let me see in the comment section, because I have a brain fart this morning and I just can't remember what U stand for. I just got Rick roll before this stream. What is Rick roll? What is that? What happened? What is Rick roll? Did you I don't know. Tell me what is Rick roll? I'd like to know. Inquiring mind is curious. What is Rick roll? But we'll see. We'll see. For those that follow the stock market, we'll see if my prediction come through as far as market dumping prior to the Fed speaking this afternoon, and when he start to talk and calm the market down, that he's not going to stop printing money, he's not worrying about inflation, up we will revert. So cautionary tale for the doomsayer, the naysayer: if you're shorting the market and you're in the profit, take your profit, because if the market reverse, you're gonna feel stupid. Okay, so don't be greedy. Don't keep thinking that dooming the world is doom. Okay, just be careful out there. John Valenzuela, I know nobody cares, but I picked up a Brave in the Bold 34 CGC 8.0 very cheap 3 weeks ago. Good for you, John. It doesn't matter if nobody cares. It is what you want. I know you're a big DC fan because you tend to ask me many times over the past many years on DC keys. Doesn't matter what I think. Okay. Do not base on collections, on what I think or what anyone else think. You buy what you want. You buy what you love to have. Okay. It's especially if you've been in this hobby long enough and that's what you want. Buy what you can afford. Buy what you want, but at the same time, try not to buy something because you think it can be worth a lot of money. So when something is cheap, it can stay cheap for a long time. Okay. It's one of the biggest mistake I think a lot of comic collectors made, and stock investors made too. A lot of people that invest in stock market or comic think that something is cheap because it is undervalued, is underappreciated at the moment, but sometime in the future, it's going to reverse. I hate to say it. A lot of times that's not true. Okay, a lot of times it's not true. So it's more true in the stock market, because in the stock market, sometimes a stock is cheap because it has problems, it had issues. But if management step in and do the right thing, perhaps it can change the outlook. Perhaps the management team can change the trajectory of the company, and up it will go. Okay, that happened many times in the stock market. When it comes down to comic books, unless it is a key, unless it is high grade, highly desirable, because at the end of the day, regardless of how many people love to use and love to throw out better low than no grade. The books that go up tend to be the high grade books, because at the end of the day, people that have money, you might not like to hear this, they don't like low grade. Okay, that's why they would rather bid and pay up a lot more for high grade books, even if it is non-keys. That's just the way it is with this hobby. And then Rick Roll. Okay, I'm looking at the Vote Keeper is trying to explain to me what Rick Roll is. Rick Roll is when you get a video sent to you of Rick Astley disguised as something else. It's a troll move. Okay. Uncertainty. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, every time for long, I know I use the word FUD so many times. I heard it so many times over the past few years, and always that I stumble across that you so many times, and I'm sure down the road I probably forget that again. Uncertainty. Yeah. FUD. Good morning, Red Duck. Good morning, Jody Hughes. Good morning, Tony Myers and Louis 13. Yeah, when it comes down to buying something cheap, my advice to people that love to pick up bargains is it's fine. It's great if you want something and it's cheap, fine. But try not to buy something that is cheap because you think it will go up in the future. One of the things that I heard endlessly between 2008 and 2010, 2011, when I was much more active on the CGC forum, is you gotta buy DC Silver Age books. They are so undervalued. Pick them up because they are so undervalued. I hate to say this, but many of them didn't do much the past decade, especially non-keys. The problem with DC Silver Age is that a lot of those books are not keys. It will blow your mind if you sit down and think about what Silver Age keys are there with Marvel, and there are hundreds. And then you go over to DC in the 60s and you say, what keys are there? And you're like, Batman 181, and then you start to run into issues of like, oh, well, Batman 171 is not really a true first appearance. It's just a reintroduction of the Riddler. You start to run into all kind of like, yeah. And that's where I think is a huge part of DC books not doing so well in the market, because you need keys to bring attention. Okay, you need keys to bring collectors into that market to want to buy something. At least they buy the keys. At least they will, rising tides lift all boats kind of thing. So, when you don't have that rising tide with the keys compared to the Marvel Silver Age, you just have a hard time treading water. Okay, that's the problem with DC keys. So whenever I see people talking about cheap DC books, Silver Age, I'm just like, it's cheap for a reason. You don't have to like it. It is what it is. Tech 359, that's a good book. That's one of the rare decent keys, right? Yeah, nobody's gonna dispute that Detective 359 is not a key. They're cheap for a reason, It's one of those fundamental economic that I think collectors and stock investors or speculators or what, you name it. It doesn't matter what market you're talking about. Okay, things are cheap for a reason. Unless there is a reason, a catalyst to reverse the sentiment of potential buyers, it's gonna stay cheap as long as there is no catalyst to move or change that sentiment. Okay, so keep that in mind. You know, just because DC books, Silver Age, are cheap, what's the reason for them to be not cheap? Is there are people flooding into the hobby as completists? No, people focus so much more on keys now than ever. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Comic Link. Not yet long enough. I have not looked at any of the listing yet because this auction just kicked off a few days ago. Okay, this week. Let's see what's the highest bid. There's gonna be some craziness. I expect the craziness of this market to continue. Okay, as much as that is annoying, the naysayer, the doom callers, the haters, it is going to keep going up for a lot of books. Okay. Let's see. Highest bid. Goodness gracious. Whoa. Highest bid. Giant size X-Men 1, a 9.8 copy with 7 days left. 41,666. Yeah. 4.0 Amazing Fantasy 15 is 28,750. Looking good, looking good. I need to load a video that I made about Amazing Fantasy 15. I shot a video last month. Okay, this is March already. Last month that I have yet to edit and load to talk about Amazing Fantasy 15. I'm sure you can guess what the general topic is of that video. All right, so that's 8.0 Suspense 39 is 15. X-Men 1, 5.5, 14,000. Oh, and a not so pretty FF1 3.5 is 12,000. Look at this Daredevil. Holy cow, 8.0. 12,000. Wow. Wow. A 9.8 CBCS Spider-Man 129 is 12,250. Yeah. Here we go. Hulk 181, 9.2, 10,750. All the price look pretty good so far. Oh, Hulk 1, 3.5, 96.55. Yeah. Look at that. All these prices. Yeah. Keys. You see that? Keys. You see any Silver Age DC there? Any? Oh, the world is so in love with Marvel books. So in love with Marvel books, okay? Oh my God. It's like the whole first, every page I show you here is 50 books, okay? And as you can see, you see, oh, the first DC book. Yeah, first DC book. Brave and the Bold 28, 5.0, so far, 3,077. Oh, Aquaman 1, 28, 23, a 9.0. A Hawkman, there you go. We're starting to see some DC books, yeah? Showcase 22, a 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. 27, 22. I'm sure it'd be higher. Oh, wow. To end the first page, Mr. Miracle number 1, 9.8, 2,600. So there you go. It's nice to see that, you know, not the first half. A lot will change. Okay, a lot will change. Trust me. This is, we are not even, we're still 8 days plus from ending this auction. So a lot will happen in the next 8 days. So don't be thinking that what you see here is going to be the same ranking in the next 8 days. Okay. I can tell you right now, Mr. Miracle 1 ain't going to be in the top 50. Let's be real. Okay. Let's be real. Okay. It ain't going to happen. Anybody want to take that bet? That Mr. Miracle 1 is not going to be in the top 50? Bet against me? Lawrence Jackson say, watch that Showcase 22. That book should do well. I mean, it's not every day that you see a Showcase 22 5.5. So that should fetch a decent price. I can't say about Hawkman 4 or Aquaman 1. Yeah. Daniel T asks, do you think Bitcoin will reach an all-time high? Bitcoin is nowhere near the all-time high near the all-time potential high. Okay, so I don't know. Hard to say. I certainly take advantage of the weakness in Bitcoin the last few days, last few weeks to add more to my crypto portfolio. So I am doing that. Yes. Am I taking some of that stimulus money to put into crypto? The answer is yes. But you will see a video this weekend where a big part of that stimulus money is going. Okay, I will shoot that video tomorrow and load it sometime this weekend. But we already plan on where to spend the money more than what I plan to put into Bitcoin. Let me see. I'm just checking my email. I have a very special unboxing tomorrow as well. A CGC unboxing, a CGC haul. It's coming today sometime. Okay, it's UPS is dropping off something today, but who knows when. So I probably will shoot that not live because I'm already going live today with the stimulus chat. So I figure I will shoot it, but it's a very special haul. Very, very special haul. Okay, so it's gonna be fun to shoot that video. It's gonna be fun to unbox that box from CGC this afternoon sometime, whenever it is here. Yes, Daniel T, I have taken advantage. I have bought my last purchase. I bought a lot of, I bought some Bitcoin at 43,000. Let me see. One of the drawbacks about old age is horrible memory. I bought some Ethereum at 1750. I bought some Bitcoin at 55,000. I bought some Bitcoin. Let's see. My biggest purchase of Bitcoin was not. When was that? I'm looking. My biggest purchase of Bitcoin was March 6th. Okay, which is 12 days ago, 11 days ago. At 47,355. That was one of my biggest purchase in the last 2 weeks. Was March 6th when Bitcoin was 47,000 ish. Okay. And then my next biggest purchase was at the end of February 28th. I bought almost as much when Bitcoin was 43,050. There you go. So yes, I buy Bitcoin on a dip, and hell no would I buy Bitcoin when it was 60 or 62. God bless those people to chase it up and FOMO to it. Me, no stupid. Stupido. to be chasing Bitcoin over 60. Just wait. You will get plenty of chances to buy in the 50s, like I did. Daniel, go school, say good morning. Nick Didona, you guessed that right. Cowabunga. Yeah, that special haul is gonna be some cowabunga, bunga bunga. Hello from Western Australia. Oh my goodness. Mark from Australia. You know, one of my favorite show to watch from Australia is Go. That TV show on the Discovery Channel where they dig for gold in the desert. Oh my God! Oh, wow, I don't know what you call that desert, but you know, the dry land of Australia. I love those episodes. I love that show. I'm telling you, if I was young, if I was a young man, right, single and young, I would be packing up to go to Australia to try to get a job gold mining. That'd be so much fun. I love it. Nick, I can't answer your question regarding my first print. Regarding the first print, I can say this. I have zero desire to buy a first print slab. Okay, so when and if the time is right, I will buy a raw copy. So that's my plan. You know me. I like to buy raw books. I like to collect raw books. So it won't happen as far as buying a slab. Okay, let's see. Go in the Outback. Yes, Mark. Oh, love it. Love it. It's so fun. I mean, you know, I don't care to buy gold as an investment, but I love that show. I also love that show that they dig up gems like opal and other things from Australia as well. Love it, love it. I can watch that stuff all day long. Okay, I can watch Go in the Bering Sea, that other shows where they go in Alaska and trying to suck up gold from the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, I love that stuff. Okay, absolutely love that stuff. Good night, Mark. Let's see, Nick, how do you feel about Spawn 1? You know, if you have, here is my reply to that, but this go across many books, okay? Would I buy Spawn 1 in an open market on eBay right now and pay crazy prices and hope that I can make more, like, the whole mentality of some flippers, buy high, sell higher? Would I ever do that? Never, ever, 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 ever. My feeling about any hot book, regardless of how silly it is, if you can buy it for cheap, doesn't matter where, garage sales, if your LCS don't know and put those things in the bargain bins, I don't care. All day long, absolutely yes. Would I buy a 9.8 Spawn 1 in investment? Heck no. Heck no. Okay, so my philosophy on this channel, if you watch it for the past 8+ years on YouTube, is always the same. Okay, I like to buy things on the cheap. Buying a slab, buying something that already been marked up as retail is not my game. Can you make money buying something at retail price and then hope and pray that it will go higher? Yes, you can, because we are in a crazy market, okay? But the bigger gains has already been had. the bigger gain has already been had by the person that slapped that spawn 1 and get a 9.8 to sell you. Okay, so I'm not in the business of lining anyone else's pocket. I have to line my own pocket. First, the avatar to my channel is winning. Okay, there is no winning in lining somebody else's pocket. That's my philosophy. It works for me. I'm not saying that my methods and approach to the comic market is the only way. Okay, it's my way. That's all I can say. Good morning, Jeffrey. My thoughts on Curse of Oak Island. That's one show that I have yet to care for. Okay, I don't believe there's anything there. Louis XIII gold dredging in the ocean. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have been watching that gold show on Discovery for as long as it's been around, like 8 years now, 9 years. Love it, love it. I mean, and it's not because, you know, I don't invest in gold, but heck yeah, if I was a single young man, you betcha, I go to Alaska, I go to Australia, I go anywhere that would hire me to dig out gold. I would in a heartbeat. BTC to the moon, guy. What's going on with crypto today? I don't even know. Okay, what is going on with crypto today? I don't even know. I gotta check here. My eye has not been on the crypto market, so I don't know what's going on with the crypto market. Bitcoin is just under 55,000. Not a bad price for anyone that want to buy here. I have a much larger order to buy at right around 50,000, and I have a lot more below 50,000. So we'll see. You know, I usually have multiple orders into Bitcoin, and we'll see. You know, we'll see. Unlike a lot of other Bitcoin people, people that invest in Bitcoin, and I said this to a lot of people. I don't bother myself. I don't get all worked up with myself on thinking Bitcoin can be 1 million or some insane high price projection. 1 million, 5 million, 500. Let's worry about where Bitcoin can be when it get to 100,000 first. Okay, it's a waste of energy to thinking about and to dream about Bitcoin at 1 million. It can't even stay over 60. Just chill a little bit. Cuckoo said, I remember when you were telling us to buy Bitcoin at 19,000. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure very few people listen to me. Okay, that's why I kind of get lazy on making those Bitcoin videos, because nobody watches those things. Nobody cares. You know, nobody cares. I mean, there's lots of people on YouTube that are the people that like Bitcoin watch. Okay, but as far as, you know, me trying to help and explain Bitcoin to people that that may be interested in put money here, I fail at that miserably. In fact, one viewer was curious enough about Bitcoin, and he watched those videos, and he wrote back to me, said, you know, I was considering Bitcoin, put money there, and after I watched your videos and the video that you recommended, I decided not for me. So if anything, I help unconvince someone to put money into Bitcoin So it is what it is. So my whole my whole area, or my whole reasoning behind doing that series, was to help bridge the gap between those that want to understand crypto and to put money there, but after half a dozen videos and pretty much nobody give a shit, I say, why bother? I don't need to help other people get rich if nobody give a shit. And as you know, I got enough videos on YouTube. I don't need to create more videos that nobody care to watch. Yeah, I need to, perhaps I need to watch Oak Island more. I watched a couple. I didn't finish, but I dabble in, I think, 2 or 3 episodes, and it's just not interesting enough for me that I just never finished the episode. But maybe I should put more attention to it, because if it's entertaining, regardless if whatever it is that they are hunting for is not there, there's just way too many good things to watch on TV. Speaking of good things to watch, I am super pumped for the Snyder Cut tomorrow. You betcha. You betcha. You betcha. I'm watching that Snyder Cut and do a review. Anthony is excited. My son is excited. He wants to see it. We got a subscription to HBO Max. It's gonna be a good month. We're gonna have that, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna get Godzilla versus King Kong. Oh, it's gonna be a good time on HBO Max for sure. Anyhow, if there's anything else to talk about, I would. But let's take a look at the crazy market. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Spider-Man Annual 1. That book is getting expensive, but not a surprise, right? First Loki, a 4.0, 2,500. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow. Look at that. Detective, 359, 8.5, 2,400. Wowza. 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 Wow. Submariner #1, 9.6. Freak of Nature. Freak of Nature. A Hulk 4.0 is 2,300. Hulk 181. Damn. Time to get my copy to the market. Damn. Wow. Giant size X-Men 1, a 4.5 copy is 2,188 already. Goodness gracious. I don't have high expectation for the Snyder Cut. I mean, I do expect to like it, because I like, I have been saying this for a long time. Man of Steel is one of my favorite DC movie. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love Man of Steel. I like Batman versus Superman, the first 2/3 of the movie. Okay, the first 2/3, I enjoyed that very much. The last 1/3 kind of fall apart for me. So for the most part, Zack Snyder has worked for me, and I love to see what his vision is for Justice League. That being said, I will go on record to say that as much as I dislike Justice League with Joss Whedon, I think it is so unfair to blame that movie on him. Let me say this. I'm not a fan of Joss Whedon of any sort. All his TV stuff is at best meh for me. Okay, I don't care what people talk about. Oh, how awesome Buffy, and it's unwatchable for me. And I have said this many times. I'm not a big fan of the Avengers movie. It's okay. I like them, but I don't, sit here and say, oh my God, Joss Whedon is God because the Avenger movies are awesome. No, they're not. So I'm not a huge fan of Joss Whedon of any sort. But the criticism, regardless of his other social issue, okay, I'm just talking Josh Whedon, the director here, okay? Let's leave out his other issues with, you know, how he treated his movie star or women, all that stuff. Let's separate out the skill sets and his movie. I think it is unfair to blame how bad Justice League is on him when he was brought on. To finish a movie, he was asked to change the movie by management. If you had to blame anyone, blame DC and Warner Brother management. Blame them. Blame the morons that they are to force Snyder off the project and to bring in somebody and then force Whedon to create an image that they want to see. So think about the tough position Josh Whedon was put in to trying to please management. Okay, he was paid to come in to do something. He's not going to be able to say, well, I have my own vision. The movie's already been shot. I have to reshoot 75, 80% just to fit the narrative that management told me they want to see on the screen. That job was doomed. It was doomed from the start. And so where his blame is, his blame was accepting the project. Okay? In hindsight, I'm pretty sure if you asked him, he would say, I should have said, no thanks, I don't want that job. His failure to say no to that job was his biggest fault, because the moment he said yes, came on board, he was doomed. That project was doomed, especially if he had to fit the movie into a narrative that management want to see. It doesn't work. It's completely screwed the movie. So I blame management for having no balls, and I blame Josh for accepting the job. He should have said no. Okay, if he said no, who knows what would have happened to the original cut? Management may have to force delay of production and maybe put more time and effort into redoing the movie. But I already made a video talk about this. They were in a deadline to trying to sell to AT&T, so they rushed to get the project done. They couldn't give a shit. Management couldn't give a shit if the project failed. They just want, yeah. I already made a few videos talking about that. Anyhow, this auction. Oh, before I go, okay, I'm gonna end this chat soon. Where is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Bum 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 bum. Where is it? There. Oh, there you go. That's my book. That's my boy. $1,000. Okay. 19 days to go. 19 days. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's a long way to go. I'm not gonna bother to look at this until like maybe the day before the auction end, but 19 days, oof, it's gonna go well into April 5th. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's one of the drawback. You know, if you saw the video, I talk about choosing my comic shop or comic link. Yeah, this is one of the biggest drawback is the auction take forever. And to be fair, I also discussed this. It takes forever because of the sheer quantity. Okay, it's not like Comic Link have a choice. Like, oh, you know, we're gonna rush through and trying to squeeze all the auction, all the books into a 3-day listing. They can't. Not when you have how many listing is this? Before I go, let's count real quick. Let's go back to the very beginning of this auction. Let's see. There are how many pages? 172 pages. 172 pages. Okay. Now each page is 50 listings. Now, yes, there are non-comics. Okay, so if you look at part 1 of art, you're looking at 7 page. Okay, so that's 7. I did this before on a preview, but let's double check. 7 plus 5, that make it 12. And then baseball cards and other stuff. How many page? 8. So that's 20. Okay, so 20 page or so are non-comic books. That means that you're talking about, holy cow, okay? 152 page of comic books times 50. Okay, that's a lot of slabs. That's a lot of comic books. So this auction run for 19, 20 days. That's the reason. It's so many listing, 8,000 plus, insane. 8,500, yeah, insane. Huge number. This is the second biggest listing that we have witnessed since last July. Anyhow, that's it for this comic book chat. I think to sum up everything, stimulus check is here. Those that have direct payment like me received the money this morning at 2 a.m. Those that receive it by mail, hopefully you get it before the weekend. And onward and upward, the market will go. Okay, because all of this is going to add to the bubble, to the hating of other people. Okay, but upward and onward it will go. I don't see anything changing in this market right now. Stock market is down a little bit bigger. Bitcoin is down a little bit more. It's still like 54,800 something, which is not a bad thing. Okay, for those that joined me late, I said that, you know, I like to see the market dumping to the Fed speaking. I'd rather see that than the market ramping higher before the Fed speak, and then when he opens his mouth, it crashes. This could be the reverse. Okay, that's my prediction. My prediction is the market is fearful of what the Fed is going to say about inflation, about high interest rate. But once he starts to speak and ease the market that he's not going to raise rate anytime soon, he's going to keep printing money, up we will go. And so if you're shorting the market now, perhaps it's a good time to book some profit before the market reverse and take away the profit. That's my advice. Okay. And that's it, folks. Thanks for joining me. If you join late, there's going to be a special unboxing CGC haul tomorrow. The box is coming today, sometime this afternoon. I will shoot it. I will edit the video to insert some good stuff. And then there will be a video tomorrow on a CGC unboxing. I can see the title now. My greatest CGC haul ever. Yeah, there I said that. Ever. Teaser. Talking about teaser, right? Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Later, people. Later.